All right, all right. Hey, aloha, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for being here with me today. This is my first live chat, so live video, and so I'm just getting used to doing this live on YouTube. So welcome. Anyways, my name is Dr. Chris Colgin of the I Choose Wellness Center in San Diego, California, and we specialize in helping people lose weight, keep the weight off, and therefore eventually have a healthier lifestyle. So let's talk about some things. And a mentor of mine a while ago made the comment that, change is relatively easy. It's thinking about change that is hard. So what are some changes now that we're going into the second month of the new year here in 2020 that you want to create some changes on, healthy changes for your life and lifestyle? Okay, so here's some things. The first thing is I always believe, the early bird gets the worm. Whether you're an early riser or not, getting up early has a lot of advantage because, one, you get to get things done. And that could be anything. For me, it's getting up early to maybe do a little meditation, a little exercise, just something I can get done with that it's off my list, that I know is going to benefit me the rest of the day because it's going to keep me supercharged. So, for example, I like to wake up at around 6:30 in the morning. Now, that's not too early. I know a lot of my colleagues are waking up around 5 a.m. and that all more power to them. But the thing is, by waking up early, usually everyone else is still asleep. You can kind of do things uninterrupted. You're by yourself. You get to just have that alone time to focus on you, so you could just have an impactful day on whatever you do and whoever you influence or whoever you work for, perhaps. So, for example, I'll wake up and read a little bit of maybe some scripture, something out of the Bible, something that just helps ground me. And that could be anything for you. That could be listening to a podcast, closing your eyes for 3 minutes and just deep breathing, meditating, whatever that is for you. And I like to meditate too. Sometimes meditation for me is just finding a place where I can just sit down and take 4 or 5 minutes of just deep breaths. And it's amazing how refreshed you feel and how things are and how things go the rest of your day. So that's one thing to do. Another thing too is some exercise. A lot of people like to work out first thing in the morning. Hey, get the exercise done. I find that when exercise is done first thing in the morning, it rejuvenates you. It's out of the way. You get a chance to enjoy your day, come home, relax, have your dinner, and enjoy your time so you don't have to worry about, oh man, I got to go to the gym after work. I got to deal with traffic. Whatever that is for people in your life, I find that if you can get these things knocked down in the morning, it's great. Another great tip for you too is kind of plan your day, and you may want to start planning your day from the night before you go to bed. Now you don't have to think about it so early in the morning. What are some things that need to get done? How is your day going to look? What are some things you want to change that maybe years past you kind of had enough, or you've been kind of known as that guy or gal that's late all the time. Instead of showing up at 9 a.m., you're there at 9:05 or 9:10. How do people view you? What's their listening of you, right? I'm the kind of person, if I have an appointment at 9:30, I'm there like at 9:15. I've always been I was raised by a father that worked for the airline industry, and so we were always told to get there on time. And basically, getting there on time meant getting there early, okay? Because you never know what can happen. So I like to get there a little early in the morning. And sometimes it's very refreshing because if something does happen and it derails you, it's like, hey, at least you got that 15 or 20 minutes to catch up for that, to make sure you're on time for that appointment or for your workplace, depending on traffic and where you live. Those are little things that work. Other things too is, what are you doing, say, as far as your own health? What are you eating? What are you doing to change that? A lot of times we have our comfort food, so to speak. So I am Filipino Hawaiian and I love it all. Okay, I eat everything. But the one thing is I notice is there's certain things I just can't eat as much as I used to, being at 48 years of age. So, or drink for that matter. So the thing is, what am I putting in my body now so I can still have a productive day, keep myself healthy, and distance myself from disease processes rather than accelerate myself towards disease processes. So right now I'm in the middle of doing a detox where I'm just eating basically a non-inflammatory meal program, which is essentially lean proteins, vegetables, fruit, a lot of water, and that's pretty much it. And it's an intermittent fast too, so I'm not eating breakfast. And I'm usually one that doesn't eat breakfast because I find that I don't really need it. Okay. Breakfast, let's just say, I think has been kind of ingrained in us that we have to have it. We really don't. Folks, we could survive. If the human body can survive days, we could survive days without food, but we can't survive days without water. All right. So as long as you're getting water in it, you're going to be just fine. Trust me, you're not starving. So I prefer to eat 2 main meals a day, and that's lunch and dinner. Little things like that could also create a lot more energy with you too, because you're not so full during the day, or you're just starting the day off right. You're starting it off on the right foot, energized and ready to go. And your workplace or people you influence love that because they see you in a whole new different light. Other things I like to do is, especially being married for 12 years, is what are you doing in your relationships? This coming week is Valentine's Day. It's happens to be on a Friday. Now, I got to admit, I'm not the best husband when it comes to celebrating Valentine's Day, but I'm rolling with it. Instead of going out to dinner, paying exorbitant prices and everything else, and dealing with the crowds, we actually have it ordered in. So private chef is making us dinner. We're gonna have a nice time here. We're gonna get a massage in the afternoon, have dinner, and then we're gonna go do some fun dancing and with some friends and down the street, or actually the next town over, and have a great night. So, what are your date nights looking like? How often do you have a date night? If you're in a relationship or with your significant others, it's very important. It's not, and a date night should be something that should be planned rather than, hey, honey, what do you want to do tonight? You know how that's going to go, right? So it's usually not going to go too good or too well. So those are some of the things that, having a healthier lifestyle moving forward. But the bottom line is we just got to get moving. Even if you do wake up that early in the morning and go for a 30-minute walk or even a brisk walk, it's amazing how much better you feel when that blood is flowing through your veins, and when you're starting to see the changes in your body because you feel better, and also you're going to start looking better. And I always tell my patients, since we're in a world of weight loss here, when you look better, you feel better, you function better, and your attitude will change too, because now that you're putting good fuel in your body, your brain starts to change. Certain foods that you used to eat in the past, it doesn't taste good anymore. You'd rather not even have it. Yet the foods that you used to love to hate, now you love them. But the foods that you used to love, they're no longer in your existence anymore. So it's amazing how much the palate can change, and that's why I do a detox. We're living in the most toxic era ever known to mankind. So doing this does help us out quite a bit. Okay. And I like to usually do a detox once or twice a year. I think that benefits me. It doesn't have to be long. It can be anywhere from a couple of weeks, could be a month, could even be a few days. Sometimes another great benefit too is water fasting. Like I said before, the human body can survive without food for a short period of time. It just can't survive without water. And it's not unheard of for people to do a water fast once every other week or even once a week. Some people do them 3 days in a row. I did one for 3 straight days, and I loved it. I wasn't hungry. I felt good. I was functional. I wasn't weak. The one thing is I had to go to the bathroom a lot. I had to pee a lot. But the one thing that really got me present to was how much I missed chewing food. Okay. But I wasn't hungry. All right. So it was my brain playing tricks with me, but I was fully functional 3 days drinking water. So if anyone says, oh my gosh, you're going to die, you're going to starve, trust me, you're not. Your body is designed to survive many days without food. Again, it just doesn't survive well without water. Try it out. I recommend, starting off the year, just try once a week. Pick a day of the week that suits you best, where you just drink water. See what happens. You're not, like I said, get the experience of it. You might even feel better. You might even lose a couple of pounds too. All right. So that's the other benefit. You're giving your body a break from processing food, and all it's doing is just putting you in a fat burning mode. So try that out. Another interesting thing too is some of you may be eating a lot of meat. Okay, a lot of depends what kind of meat too. Is it processed? Is it grass fed? Is it farm raised? Is it, or I should say, pasture raised? Where are you getting your food from? What sources are you reading those labels? Like, do you understand where it comes from? Some of you need to pay more attention to that. I'm also enjoyed. I went even vegan. I know, right? The vegan word, Filipino Hawaiian. You don't hear about a Filipino Hawaiian going vegan often. But I actually did a challenge where I did it for 1 week. I loved it so much I did 2 weeks. I felt amazing. And so what I'm going to do every month now is I'm going to just have a week of just eating more plant-based foods. And that's all it is. It's nothing crazy. But there are so many different things out there now available to you that are plant-based, organic, non-GMO. Okay, we want to stay away from the GMO stuff. But those are the things that are available to now. And try it out. See, or I don't even want to say try it out, just do it. Do it for a week. See how your body responds. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And there's all kinds of things out there you can do too. Okay. But these are some of the things. If you want to get to a certain place in life, if there's someone you admire, someone you like following, someone you like following on social media, really follow them, but find out who they follow and get involved in their circle or listen to their podcast, subscribe to some of the things they offer. There's so much great free content on how you can improve yourself. So that way your life moving forward is that much better than it was the day before. And then so, okay. Well, anyways, I hope hope everyone enjoyed this today. It was my pleasure for presenting this. And soon we're going to have other guests. We were supposed to have a guest here from Element Food. We just couldn't get on the schedule. That will be happening soon. But stay tuned for our next episode, because I believe it will be the owner of Element Foods, where, think about it, the whole cup of noodle concepts, just add hot water, you got yourself a meal. Well, he took it to a different level. You're having freeze-dried food, but it's healthy for you. It's non-GMO, designed for athletes, because he was an athlete too. And all you got to do is add 8 ounces of hot water, let it sit for 12 minutes, and voila, you got yourself a healthy meal. Okay. Anyways, we'll talk more about him next week. Stay tuned for that. And we appreciate you being with us. Have an awesome day, and aloha.